Hello and welcome back to Rogue Trader. It's finally time to go to Vhaebos VI. I've only been promising it forever. We've been trying to get here for, I don't know, the past 6 videos. I keep saying we're going to get to Vhaebos VI, and we keep not getting there. Before we do, because we got to do like one little distraction. The ship did level up at the end of that last fight. So, we got a new ability. Are these all ultimates? All hands on deck? Yeah, it is. So this is an ultimate ability. And this is also an ultimate ability. Oh, man. The flagship augurs scan the area for vulnerable tactical positions. Evasion increased by 35%. That would probably be pretty good. There's a few situations where I wouldn't mind that. Master of Maneuver, Master of Demolitions. I want to get focused efforts, but I guess we're going to get regular flagship points next time. So, Master of Etherics, Master of Maneuvers, Athletics, and Master Cannoneers, Demolitions. I'm going to take the 2 of these just because I kind of want to switch to bombers and fighters instead of torpedoes. So we'll get better shields, or we'll get better evasion, and we'll get better maneuverability as ultimates. We almost have every ultimate ability unlocked now. Let us land on the pits of Vhaebos VI. Don't go, it's a silly place. Are we doing a heresy? Eagle, we are doing a heresy. We're doing many heresies, believe it or not. We are a heresy at this point. Lord Captain. Captain.
I tread a path
Sug, sug.
Is laughably unoriginal in its educational methods. Corrective labor in the mines. Places like this show mercy to no one, adult or child.
We're not in the habit of showing mercy.
True. Most malefactors cannot be reformed, only chained or killed, like you.
Oh, man, she is really not getting along with anybody. Broken, slashed, and gutted body covered with the shreds of a warden's uniform. The man clawed at his throat before he died. A sickening vapor eats away at the lining of your nose and mouth, making your eyes water. Body is frozen in an unnatural pose. Corpse's fingers are crooked. Its teeth are bared in a ghostly grimace. That's chaos, I think. Bodies have been twisted into a pose resembling a servile bow and bound with barbed wire. That looks like he's bowing to the forces of chaos, which is what I'm all about, baby. Several thin cuts left by bladed weapons. Door open. Gang, 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 gang. Oh, look at this. Where they get this stuff? Oh, fresh meat. Have the Dark Ones found the governor at last? Ooh, the Dark Ones. I see what's going on here. The tall, lithe xenos move with the grace of otherworldly predators. The creature gives you a dispassionate glance and casually speaks a few words that are immediately picked up by your elucidator. Mercandus, Aelith, what is this? Has one of the sisters found an amusing trinket in the ruins and saved it as a special treat for the Archon? The xeno takes a quick look over her shoulder towards the platform, where a few more silhouettes in tar black armor can be seen. It seems it's I who's in for a treat. I cannot begin to fathom where my subjects found such an exotic beast, and a talking one at that. The xeno's eyes light up with interest. That monkey understands my speech. Where did you come by a device that can translate our language? Are you trying to impress me by appearing useful? Such words will earn you about in the ring at most, without weapons, and soon without your skin. Adira spits on the ground. If I'd been the one holding the device, she and I would have had words. I'd make sure the stuck-up bitch knew exactly what I think of her. The humans scattered around you on the platform stare as if they've seen a ghost. The eyes of some of them betray their fear, others glare with bestial hatred, and yet more look upon you with hope. Skip the small talk, get down to business? No, who are you? My name is known to everyone on this planet, Monkey. I am Tazara the Deliverer, Tazara the Benevolent, the one who grants respite from the choking grasp of this world. I decide who lives, who dies, and who finds purpose for their existence in Kamora's many arenas. Surely this is why you've come here, to fight for my ever-changing favor and the privilege of being the first to be changed? I presume the toxic atmosphere is your doing? It could be, or perhaps my mere presence is enough to make my base creatures like yourself forget how to breathe. Are you that surprised? You wove a net right under your own feet. We merely knocked out the pin that drew it closed tight around you. A couple of volleys at the seals on the underground well in the planet. The one who had turned inside out did the rest. I hereby declare you a Category 3 blasphemer for tampering with the sacred production cycle of this world's extractiums. The drill on Pascal's mechadendrite springs to life with a howling screech. And your brethren finish what the planet had started. Oh, how they strive to please me and my entourage. How they slaughtered and tortured their own kin for mine and my sister's delight. How they decorated this little arena with your still living monkey. Did you think that all you see before you is a work of our hands? Think again. A small group of xenos who neutralized the planetary's defenses and managed to ruin an entire world. Impressive. How much would it cost to hire you? The presumption, the stupidity. You have nothing that could satisfy me, monkey. From the dusk behind Tazara comes a cry. The distance between you and the Xenos is too great for the elucidator to interpret the words, but the tone alone speaks of irritation and impatience. She raises her blade and points at you. Tell the other monkey that whoever slits your throat will depart for their new home ahead of schedule, and tell them to hold nothing back. Tonight they dance for Yimmerus herself, the great archon of the cabal of the reaving tempests. Turn to the fellows in the arenas. If you truly wish to die at the Xenos' behest, if we join forces, we can end this senseless carnage once and for all. Exhausted and defeated faces trade worried glances. The hulking brute next to you hesitates, then spits and breaks into a grin. We're gonna die anyway. Might as well do it without the heretic's brand. Slay the beasts. Tazara emits a furious scream and takes a step back, signaling to her companions. I was gonna kill all these guys anyway, you know, right? Don't pay attention to the person reloading the flamethrowers. We've been ambushed. I would kind of disagree with that, but which gunslingers? Which is which? Hecatrix? Which gunslinger? Yeah, man, these guys are just literal meat shields. We'll get some nice items out of this, though. That's no bigs. That ain't no bigs. Pascal, let's get you into position to start just absolutely popping people.
The scriptural prognosis is favorable.
You can be prey.
The order is contrary to dogmatic protocols.
I mean, they're all tier 3. I might as well make the guys in the distance the prey. Now. Let's bypass your cover efficiency. I think I'm gonna shoot the two of these guys. Big hits. We're gonna boost the damage and then claim the bounty. Yeah, I can almost kill Hecatrix in a single shot. I probably can if it crits, to be honest. No luck. Adira, my deara.
Will do.
Everybody is in range.
On it.
This is such the nice part about getting ambushed. Is like I don't need to worry about putting everybody into position. They're just already there. Two, three, four. You can go right there.
What was the command again?
Oh, right. Let's see what you can do.
Pop. And do we blind them? Or do we psyker scream one of them? Obviously I want to kill her, but she's already gone, so like I'm not super worried about her. I could just kill this gunslinger who's at full HP. Let's just do that. Pop. Honestly, we might keep a few of these gladiators alive at the rate we're going right now.
I will triumph.
You're going to move here next to Cabela.
The ruin beckons.
We going to cast Voice of Command, Air of Authority,
Triumph.
Medicaid Protocol.
This is beneath me.
Break their ranks.
Guides me.
I'm going to give another turn to Pascal.
Guidance.
Permabempum. Who's then just going to do this. And then this. And then that. And that. Cabela gets 2 moves. Let's dance. And then dance again. And then I think she can jump over there. So let's hit this guy first. And again. And then do a backflip. Oh, this is working pretty well. I'm bored of this first. Who rules this arena? You or the monkey? Archon Drakon Marazai, you know the danger of repeating this misunderstanding. Draw your own conclusion. This is our soon-to-be replacement for Jay. I didn't realize you met him here. How exciting. I see that I have 24 movement points, so I'm just gonna run back here. And we're ready to go. We're gonna move Legion, just so we have some cover.
Let's get to it.
Let these guys try to get some kills. And then Cabela gets to go again. I think we'll deal with this guy over here. It's very cute. My partner is leaving and Mona just like came up to be like, hello, are you going? Goodbye, I'm gonna see you and try to escape. See a little blade dance here. Goodness gracious. All right. You have 41 movements, so. Bye. Hit you with a little death whisper.
The other side awaits.
You're dead. So, I guess just go over here. And then hit this guy with a fatal assault. Wow, we just cleaned this planet up, right? Doing dogmatic runs, sometimes I wonder if we are the bad guys. Generally, being dogmatic feels a lot more bad than being a heretic, I'll tell you that. The surviving fighters turn their head towards you after one another. All eyes on the battlefield are glued to you. There's a heretical option. Why have you stopped? We're not done with you yet.
Your existence is naught but ashes.
Cabela, you're out of moves, but you're not out of abilities. You coming on, Mona? Yeah. A little visitor. I guess let's hop here.
Death is a blessing. As honor ordains.
Somehow I was downloading Darktide in the background. I guess the stream was laggy. That's why I've gotten 4 action points back here. Maybe I just move here. And then blade dance. That should kill all of them. I have an insane amount of movement again. I think I could just kill you with one of these.
I shall not fail.
Not quite. Oh, it's a Mona cat. Oh, it's a big old Mona cat. Sorry, just having a little Mona moment. Well, she's here to say hi with everybody. Thing about Warhammer 40k is that the good guys are just tyranny bad guys, not psychological horror bad guys. Most also at least body horror bad guys. Yeah, I mean, the thing people forget is that, you know, chaos is the answer, really. There's chaos, and then there's all the bad guys. And if you just give yourself in to all your pleasures and desires, then it's no problem. Then everything will be happy in the galaxy. And the warp will merge with the Imperium. Ah. You're so cute. You're so cute, Mona. She's like, what's going on? Of course, it seems so obvious. Newton, how we doing, dude? Welcome, welcome. Let's just backflip this guy. Because I have enough movement that I can run all the way over to this guy. And then proceed to kill him.
As a tenant,
This guy is like 94 HP. I might actually be wrong.
trust me.
Backflip? Uh-oh. What if... No. We gotta save a point here. Backflip?
Will see it done.
Acrobatic artistry. Backflip back.
The other side awaits.
Nailed it. Oh, I didn't nail it. Who's left? There's a guy hiding over here. Damn. I still had 42 movement. I mean, I didn't really have any attacks left, but 30. Dance Macabre does damage.
I will leave footprints of scarlet. Trust me.
Dance Macabre is meant to do damage. But I guess it's not going to. All right, well.
And it is done.
Huh?
Don't get too cocky.
Huh?
Follow my lead.
Huh?
Indeed. Reduced to dust.
All right. He's dead.
Intriguing.
One way or another, we figured that out. Murder happy hobo noises can fight prisoners. Generally, I don't like going the murder happy hobo route, but you know, when it's a heretic option, it's a different story. Witch armor. It's not very good. Man died clutching his intestines as they split from his lacerated stomach. I mean, look, these were all prisoners. A Drukhari blast pistol. Darklight blast.
Embrace true power.
I love how nobody in that combat got to do anything. Body parts missing extremities. Splinter pistols. More booty.
Watch out.
Partially flayed body. Ooh, what do we have here? Just more goods.
The world trembles beneath my feet.
Hunter carapace. Medium armor. 10% armor if the wearer is in half cover. What is you wearing? Adaptive flak vest. So this is actually 50% armor. That gives you an extra 15% at the beginning of combat. So I don't think 10% over 45 is going to be like basically 5%. So that ends up being 50 anyway. This also gives bonuses, so it's a better armor for us. What we already have on.
Let's seize the opportunity.
Looks like the Xenos gave up on this world after you spoiled their fun. Wait, that's it? This was the whole planet? The sacred engine meant to work in the quarry has not been used for a long time. Now who's going to run all my prison complexes?
The world will bow.
Not so happy murder hobo noises. I hope I didn't just like lose chances to do stuff. Yeah, wow, okay, that was the whole planet. Wow, that's crazy. The other planets were so in depth. I thought this was gonna be like 2 hours on this planet. Winter Arizona, thank you for the follow. Welcome to the agency. Vhaebos needs new convicts. Various dangerous literates and idle thinkers could supplement the workforce. The enemy of knowledge, damage against psychers and navigators. Bonus with the Drusians, bad complacency, plasteel and chemicals. Meh. Punish the outsiders. We can get this because we have bonuses with the Fellowship of the Void. All allies gain 10% critical damage. That's pretty good. -2 efficiency kind of sucks though. Punishment by calculation. Purchasing foreign criminals from the Imperial Navy is the option. 10% dodge against humans, -2 to security. I'm going to take 10% extra critical damage. This is like obvious choice to me. It's also the pirate option. And it's also about like stealing prisoners. It's basically kidnapping people and filling your prison planet with them. Game is confusing. Watch the playthrough on YouTube trying to learn some more. It's got a lot to it, especially when you look at like the level up systems. If you don't know who to go with, I can recommend some like build guides. If you're not big on like TTRPGs and like creating your own builds, there are really good build guides out there for absolutely nonsense stuff. What do we have? Underground workers, dreamless. Oh, nice. Don't allow any of your prisoners to sleep. That sounds good. Warp guides. Ooh. A lair in the void. A secret den for pirates in the Koronus Expanse. Ooh, damn. That sounds like something I'm going to want to do. I get grenades. Yeah, it's okay. Drusans need new pilgrims, and convicts would be an adequate fit. A Melta scorching shot once per cannon. Yeah. Or the Extractum Metallica. Gives you 5 mobile extractums and 5,000 RP with the Exploradors. Deep in the mines on Vhaebos, where thundering seismic cannons will tear through rocks to free precious ones. I mean, I kind of feel like I have to go with the Fellowship of the Void, but I might also take this one instead. Because deeper rocks, like this is still good for me. This still makes sense. Envirodomes. Mining complexes are overcrowded with convicts. The massive Crystaflex domes, whose filtration altars purify the water and air, will fit more workers. All allies gain 5 crowns and suffer less toxic damage. Master Toxicus of Vhaebos, responsible for the purity of the climate, presented the rogue trader with a welcome gift of consecrated rebreather filters. Complacency and security. Yeah. Mining complexes are getting crowded. Individual pods and tranquilizers for the convicts should solve the problem. That does sound way more like us. 5 commerce and 4% hit chance. Succeed using the most efficient ways possible. That's for sure what I'm gonna take. I think that's way better. The test of wills. More convict than there is work to go around. Surplus can be driven into the jungle. Over time, they become wild and toughened by inter-clan conflicts. The best fighters among them are selected for service. +2 security for all planets. Unerring shots. Torpedoes deal 15% more damage. Blood sports. Gladiatorial arenas under the Envirodomes will make use of the surplus to the delight of visiting aristocrats. We get a unique axe called the Wrath of the Vile Rabble. Profit factor and +1 complacency. I need the Envirodome to do that. Or the Killing Fields. The quarries extracting explosive physaline sand are rightfully called killing fields. They will consume any amount of living labor. Well, this it just seems obvious. Superior munitions. All allies gain 5 ballistic skills and 5% damage to their ranged attacks. Munitions are produced with physaline of the highest quality. Yeah, all right. Well, that's obvious. Killing fields. We got too many people. Throw them to the killing fields. Clearly the way to go. Uh-oh, what do we do now? Struggle planning on builds. You're so bad at them. I really like it. A lot of times I just kind of, like, I would recommend generally for each character, what you kind of want to do for each character. This is like the basic version of how to do a build. Focus on 2 skills. Every single class, like all the base classes, all the base archetypes, they all feature 2 skills prominently. So like officer brings in, I think it's like fellowship and something else. Probably intelligence, I want to say. Soldier is all about strength and toughness, or strength and agility, toughness and agility. The operative is about intelligence and perception. Psychers are kind of unique. Psychers are willpower based. But, oh, sorry, yeah, officers are fellowship and perception is the thing. Basically, all of the classes have 2 things that they focus on. So focus on your 2 main skills, and then you'll have a 3rd skill that you also get to like top up a little bit. For the same reason, that will allow you to then focus on 2 skills. Each character should really focus on 2 skills specifically. So for me, I'm persuasion and commerce, and I am focusing on fellowship and currently weapon skill, but like that's because I've built badly. I'm going to switch that to willpower. Cabela is focused on agility and toughness, or agility and weapon skill is kind of how to look at her. Abelard is toughness and strength, and then his 3rd ability is weapon skill. So everybody kind of has like their 2 features. You know, he has carouse and athletics are his 2 abilities. Cabela is demolitions and Medicae. Adira is awareness because she's perception based, and warp lore because she's a psyker. And so you kind of want to think about like who's got different sets of skills. You know, this is Pascal, tech use, logic. And then when you start looking at the abilities in your archetypes, you will find that most of them do things like scale off of very specific things. Like this uses your fellowship instead if the character's fellowship is higher. Or increases your ally's resolve by plus blank. Well, that's a bad example. That's resolve, but... during your extra term, this target deals plus blank damage. This scales off of fellowship. So I know, like, if I've made my character a fellowship-based character, if that's the skill I've prioritized, then I can build I can just make sure I take all of the skills that focus on fellowship. And honestly, if you do that, if you just focus on that synergy, most of the rest of it will come along naturally. There are ways to, like, hyper-optimize and do some crazy builds in the game, but for the most part, you don't need to. Let's get this Eldari cash. Lord Captain, our astropaths receive a message from Achilles Schlander of Dargonis. Closely studied the data from the incursion on Vhaebos VI, including the mention of xenoses. He promised to direct the efforts of his aides to identify the enemies of humanity so that their location can be determined. He's reporting Drukhari are getting ready for more attacks on your territory. Information from his aides continues to arrive, and Achilles will personally report to you the moment the target for the upcoming raid becomes clear. The Drukhari excel at catching their opponents off guard. There will be little time to mount a response. According to Master Schlander, your personal participation in the defense would be the best strategy given the circumstance. Lord Captain, this is Master Helmsman Ravno. The crew is grumbling, but they have a right reason this time. Our analytic systems have gone totally bonkers. The red robes, tech priests, are blaming the anger of the machine spirits. Allegedly, this is how they profess their displeasure at the crew not being more worshipful. We've largely managed to stabilize the outposts of the Argos and auspexes across the ship, but you should know there's something awfully sketchy about the machines these days. I can confirm, Lord Captain, the vessel's analytic systems were behaving incorrectly for a time. The cogitator should not produce statistical data and displayed meaningless numerical combinations instead. Augurs fail to correctly analyze matter and mistake solids for liquids, and vice versa. Thanks to the tech priest's efforts, standard operation of the ship's mechanisms have been restored, and I am still registering sporadic reports of similar malfunctions, but we should now be able to handle them. Suspicious things. Started with the Blade Dancer Rogue Trader since you watched a lot of gameplay. With officers already, officer still feels like the best archetype for the first play of the game. Kind of, yeah. Here's the other thing is, like, Cassia is an officer, and Cassia is easily the best character in the game. Like, the abilities that she is as a navigator are absolutely nuts. So you're pretty much guaranteed to be taking an officer into your team for your first playthrough just because of Cassia. And that ain't a bad thing. It does mean that you don't have to feel like you have to take officer. Vhaebos. Lord Captain, a disturbing report has come from the quarries of Vhaebos. The convicts have lost their minds. They forgot how to use tools. They huddle together and continue to stare aimlessly into space, even under the lashes of whips. It ruins the mining deadlines. Some are possessed with the urge to use their nails to scratch blasphemous symbols onto the tools, machines, and even their own bodies. Excellent. The most mad have painted the walls of several mines from floor to ceiling with symbols and then gone off deep into the mining tunnels. None of them could be found. The overseers consider it a ploy to divert attention away from the escapees in an impending rebellion. What symbols are being scratched out? Hard to give these drawings any sort of intelligible definition. Unnaturally round circles connected by lines. The lines are interrupted by groups of dots. Some patterns follow a certain common logic while others are unique. I can provide your lordship with pics. This sounds like a star map. After examining the pic, you realize the symbols are connected through a strange logical sequence. Expert cryptographer. All allies gain 7 logic. Have the guards monitor where everybody goes to get a peculiar trinket. At the start of the wearer's turn, gain armor deflection, temporary wounds. When the wearer's wounds drop to 0, they fall prone and gain 10% of their max wounds as temporary wounds. The wearer becomes a priority target of adjacent enemies. While prone, if the wearer has no other allies, more than 0 wounds, they and their allies die. On the wearer's next turn, they regain 30% of their wounds if they still have temp wounds. Okay, that's weird. I can spend 1 people and have the guards knock the love of cheap theatrics out of the inmates' heads. Flagship gains 3 speed for the first round, -1 complacency. Let's talk to the advisors, because all of these kind of have negative options. I'm detecting intriguing patterns in the drawing of the symbols left by the prisoners. Hypothesis, they have a practical purpose. Requesting clearance for AdMech to access the mines and investigate the specimens. Disappearing prisoners. What's the point of running away from penal servitude if the entire world is a prison cell? No, Shireen, these Ashmegs have found some sort of smuggling tunnel network and are hiding there. And their drawings are their secret language, which they use to give orders to their fellow prisoners. I know some guy who can find such secret places and decipher these languages. If the convicts continue to disappear for no reason, the unrest will soon follow, whether out of fear or hope for the possibility of escape. To stifle this, we must put pressure on the convicts' leaders. My experience suggests that such people can hold more sway than any overseer. Expert cryptographer, peculiar trinkets, or watchdogs. I don't think I want to use this trinket, so. You just want one not be stupid weak. That's why you struggle with Age of Wonders. Look up, there's a guy on YouTube called Revan, R-E-V-A-N, and he has a spreadsheet with all of his builds in it. He plays the game only on unfair difficulty, so his builds are nonsense crazy good. If you really just want to go on like fun mode, I would just take those. It's a pretty like straightforward, and he has like a bunch of different options. So like if you want somebody to be a tank or like a gunslinger or like focus on psyker abilities, he's kind of got like all the different options there, and they're really, really good. Also, like, don't hesitate to just play on an easier difficulty and just enjoy the game for the story. I often say that about Owlcat Games. At a certain point, sometimes the difficulty becomes like really, really wonky. And at least in like the Pathfinder games. So just playing on an easier difficulty is sometimes a more enjoyable experience. I like the idea of becoming expert cryptographers. There is no sacrifice more worthy than one made in the name of the quest for knowledge. The wise servants of the Omnissiah interrogated the strange prisoners. Examination of their brain tissue did not reveal mutations. The laborers who had completely lost their utility were granted servitization in order to maintain production levels. One discovery was made after all. The prisoners' drawings were too systematic. They could not be mere gibberish. The sets of repeating dashes and dots were too similar, but if it was indeed a secret code, judging by its complexity and possibility of decoding it, the language is definitely not invented by a convict. Interesting. Let's go straight for ergonomics. I think. Because then we can do the max rank one here too. For the killing fields. Casabalica, 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 Casabalica. How we gonna get up with them Casabalicans? Casabalica, Casabalica, Casabalica. It's all about them. Enjoy the toy box mod. Yes, also not a bad option. We found the Eldari cache, a scorpion chainsword. And the Cloak of Shadows. Whenever the wearer deals damage with an attack of opportunity, they gain the Shrouded effect. As long as the wearer has Shrouded, they become the target of an attack they automatically dodge. Sick. Okay, these are just like slightly better chainswords. Whoops, that was the wrong button. Slightly better chainsword. It's also green instead of red. Has a couple more gems in it. I like that vibe. What cape are you wearing? Critical hit chance increases by 5% for every kill they make. Ugh. That's hard to say no to. With an attack of opportunity. I don't know that that needs to go on like anybody. This just gives you 10% dodge. She needs like a cool psi cloak is what she needs. I could give her that healing ability. Yeah, I'm not going to worry about her. I think we're all good. I don't think we need that on anyone. Abelard might like the cape since he's the one doing attacks of opportunities. Yeah, but I think he's got the charge cape on right now or something, doesn't he? We gave him the battle scarred cape that Jay just gave us. I like the idea that he can just like remove any burning, bleeding, and toxic effects on himself. I also don't really want him dodging. Because, like, his job is to parry. So I don't think I'm going to worry about that. That is the Eldari cache. So let's go throw Yearlet out an airlock. You know? I think it's about time. That was my goal, was get that loot from her. Where is she? Where does she hang out on the ship? Way in the back. Oh, I missed that. Misjudged that. So many things in my way. Yearlet. She stands out from her surroundings like a Genusian jungle tree in the garden of manicured topiary, unsettling beauty and alluring others in her posture, her gestures, her piercing stare. Oh, there's a lot of things to talk to her about. Footfalls abuzz with rumors about xenos ravaging the sector. Do you think it could be your kin?
Is that snake venom seeping from your lips?
Sure is.
We, the children of Azurian, are no strangers to the art of war. We are not raiders, or butchers, or least of all, fools. When a craft world is beset by calamity, its inhabitants do not start a war with every monkey in the sector. If you are looking for enemies, look for them elsewhere.
I gotta ask her about this. You keep mentioning She Who Thirsts. What can you tell me about her?
Why ask this question?
Again,
Is it
idol worship?
curiosity, or something else? Do not turn your thoughts towards Cylon Thresh, whatever your motive. She is downfall. She is hunger. She is the enemy of all that is good in the universe. She is an enemy to the Eldari, and I hope to you as well.
There's nothing wrong with curiosity, idle or not. Knowledge is always a boon, including knowledge of one's enemy.
It is the bait with which the enemy lures you in. But
All right, all right.
Elontark.
Strange and blasphemous things happened during our first warp voyage with you on board. The crew are whispering that you may be the
The
reason.
minions of She Who Thirsts could sense my soul behind the thick walls.
I
and
want to
thin
give your
veil
soul to She Who
that
Thirsts.
separate your fragile lives from the roiling fury outside. A child of Asurian that dared to wander beyond the
Like, is there a
veil,
way to sacrifice her?
within the reach of an outstretched claw, protected only by the barrier of unreliable monkey technology. It is too tempting a quarry for the monsters.
Wonder
that
if
serve
Mazrai has
Cylon
dialogue to get
Thresh.
rid of her?
Our ships never venture beyond the veil, and I never traveled the way you do, monkey. Elontark, I admit this.
Oh yeah, that's
was
true. They don't go through the
a
warp. They go through
novel
webways.
experience. I lost composure, let dismay into my heart, and almost strayed from the path. This moment of hesitation drew the attention of She Who Thirsts, but I summoned my will.
Can't we
and
throw her out
used the
before Act
knowledge
3?
of
I don't know.
meditation to
That's what I'm
achieve
curious
balance, and hide my soul behind an impenetrable wall of resolve. Future journeys beyond the veil will still be difficult, but I will steel my heart.
All right, hold on. There are two-part questions to this. You really need to stop calling me a monkey lady? The most important question is, if I go back here, do I have any options? Pray to the gods of the warp. As soon as you utter the first words of prayer, you sense someone's close attention from beyond the edge of reality. Dark flames fill your soul and inspired thoughts burgeon in your mind. You gain 3 temporary wounds. Thank you, Dark Chaos Gods. I'll admit to be hoping for a little bit more. Do we have anything new out here? I don't think so. Just lots of bodies and tormented people. Game's having a bit of an issue loading back out of a space battle against the Drukhari. There is a built-in bug report that if you do encounter something, I do recommend using. It's very, very good. My next question is, can I just ask Heinrichs to get rid of her? Before I go just to ask her to leave?
To what do I owe this visit?
Yes, I can. I figured this would maybe get the Inquisition off my case a little bit.
By this declaration, if I understand correctly,
You were stripping the Xenos of your protection as a rogue trader, and delegating the fate of this enemy of humanity to the Holy Inquisition.
See to it, I never said. It's a dogmatic choice.
Your equivocation is regrettable, Lord Captain, but I will await your decision.
Are there any other ways I could get rid of her? I like that you could also get rid of Adira that way. Oh no, everybody wants me to give stuff to Jay now because I kissed her. What about Cabela? Cabela could probably kill anybody for me.
Take heed, Nemo.
I don't just want her to leave. Like, I'd rather her be killed. So I'm going to give her over to the Inquisition and see what happens.
To what do I owe this visit? By this declaration, if I understand. Thank you for facilitating this, Lord Captain. I will arrange and personally oversee the extraction of the Xenos from your crew without any casualties or damage to your vessel.
You receive Oliver Gare. Ba 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 ba, and she's gone. All right, problem solved. Let's keep flying around. Yeah, you know, I can't just leave her alive. She knows too much. No special item for chaos. I mean, I don't imagine we get a special, like, chaos option. Uh-oh. Xenos raid in Mercergrit. If you wish to support your subjects and fight back against the Xenos, we must hurry. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Demonic eyes have materialized and begun to slither across the walls of the crew quarter 49. The burning orbs swelled like bubbles of fetid swamp gas, only in secluded places at first, later appearing in plain sight. Everyone subject to their glare started experiencing headaches and spells of self-flagellation. After one of the officers peeled off a portion of his own skin to fashion a makeshift eyelid for one of the fiendish orbs, the section was quarantined since neither fire nor munitions could prevent more eyes from sprouting up on the ship. The vessel was cleansed only by escaping the clutching embrace of the Sea of Souls. Where is Mercergurt? Down here. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Might as well go this way, because there's a quest we can do. You get a special ability if you sacrifice her to Slaanesh later in Act 4. Okay. 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 That's all you have to say. Let me just pray to the chaos gods real quick, and then we'll move on our way. It's just chaos everywhere on my ship. Wow, we even have tormented captives in the bathroom. Just so they can watch me pee. It's a weird choice, but I'm not going to knock it. Sacrificing Urlet to Slaanesh, yep. It's part of our personal quest in Act 4. Okay. The more we know. The more you know. Soup. 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 Zoop, zoop. The officers on one of the lower decks stopped providing status reports. 3 days have stopped. Hotbed of Heresy cleansed with fire and flame. We do have a couple of colony events going here, it looks like. Lord Captain, the mines on Vhaebos VI are once again in turmoil. At the depths of level Zeta 5, the overseers have discovered a mountain of mutilated bodies, seemingly crushed by the millstones of the mining machines. All the dead are convicts. The overseers believe that there's a cult of heretics operating in the rank of prisoners, offering human sacrifices. The prisoners themselves claim that this atrocity was committed on the order of the warden to rid his prison of the more inconvenient inmates. The warden tried to reason with the raging mob, but was mauled to death instead. His defiled remains were found inside one of the cells where prisoners were being tortured during the investigation of the strange convicts. The overseers have managed to isolate the rebels inside the mining facilities, but an assault would result in high losses of workforce. On the other hand, the prisoners are ready to lay down their weapons, cease this violence, and repent if the rogue trader would only demonstrate some compassion towards them, possibly by reforming some of the more severe punishments. Who actually killed the people in the mines? That remains to be established. The riot has complicated the investigation. Perhaps it was the work of the warden, or perhaps there's the cell of the cult of the Final Dawn operating among the prisoners. The few pics of the corpses that the overseers managed to make contain an oddity. If one were to use their imagination, one could see a certain pattern in the scattered bodies, one that's vaguely similar to the one these inconvenient prisoners have been drawing. Mercy to the fallen. That doesn't sound like us. Exterminate everybody who dares to rebel against me. 3% critical hit chance. Conduct a thorough investigation. We must understand the cause of death and track down the culprits. Keen mind. What do my officers and advisors think? If the governor and pack of overseers cannot handle their duties, should they not take the place of their wards? Could there not be worthy administrators among those who would oppose them, those who would do better? A mob of commoners mauled a noble soul who was attempting to reason with them. How awful. Perhaps the underground madness has spread among them and assumed a new form, turning them into monsters in the process. It would be cruel to kill them if this is the case. It is much more humane and well-intentioned to excise their brains in order to curb the ferocity and penchant for disobedience. My house did the same whenever the serfs rebelled in their ignorance. A rather merciful step. I don't care who the overseers, the convicts, or their problems. What bothers me is the dead bodies. Who left them? That's the important question. If the bodies haven't been destroyed, we could conduct a certain kind of divination. The ritual is less than appetizing, but a psyker with a strong stomach could learn more about their deaths. The traces of death are like an open book to the disciples of the web. A skilled spinner can go to the mines and reveal what brought death to the convicts. Options? Options? Oh, these are way better options. Dark Revelation. All allies gain lore xenos divided by 15 dodged. Cultists of the Bloodspun Web sacrificed his sanity to deliver the prophecies of a strange enemy to the rogue trader. I think I'll take that. I do love using psychers all the time, and Adara is my only heretic, but... Is my guy a psycher? Not yet. Next level up, we become a psycher. If I'm already reloading, could I unkiss Jay? No, don't worry. We could just start up another romance, I'm sure. Getting rid of people by telling them to leave is a bad idea. Yeah. I am the noble origin. Yeah. Game stuck at 100% loading. Can you, like, go back a save, Scottish? Do your allies turn more evil with you? They can. It sort of depends on the options you take. Imagine just being able to become a psyker. I'm going to let the spinners do it. May the secrets of death be revealed to the servant of the Undying One. Ooh, letting time pass is not a great idea here. The cultists spend days without sleep or sustenance, studying every wound on the mutilated corpse. At last, the Undying One bestowed a revelation on him. The spinner sensed the victim's dying throes and proclaimed that a dark entity had claimed the souls of the convicts. Crippled by his visions, the man lost his mind and kept rambling, spouting gloomy prophecies by the terrible adversary. But his duty was done, and the rebellion abated as far as the unknown rallied the inhabitants of the colony. I can go straight to killing fields. +2 security for all planets. Or +5 damage to all my ranged attacks. This is definitely the worst of the options, but it feels the most correct for us. Enemies of humanity spotted aboard the ship. Oh, warp shenanigans. Yeah, the idea is that we have a psychic awakening and we become an unsanctioned psyker. And honestly, with all the chaos stuff we've been doing, it kind of feels reasonable. Ooh, bloodthirsters. Oh, bloodletters. And corn cultists. Yo. Yes, please. Oh, there's another one right here too. All right, let's put Big A down there. Big J right there. Cabels. Pascal, will put you a little bit in the back. Adira, I guess I'm going to put you there. And Vesper is probably okay right there. Nice. Good shots, my dude. I love how you hit none of me, but hit them a lot. We're doing my favorite thing in the world right now, which is casting a bunch of Psyker spells when the Warp Veil is at max. Rebound. What does Rebound do? Horrors of the Warp. Yeah, you're fine.
But of course.
Don't even worry about it. You got Psyker stuff to do. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. I'd rather her kill the pocket of troops.
What was the command again? Oh, right.
With a relocate.
Quiet whispers. It's my toy, and I'm gonna control it myself.
That's a lot of damage.
Damn. What was the command again? All right.
Excellent. Good job, Adira.
Just a minor setback.
Ablair's just up here tanking all these, taking absolutely 0 damage. Ooh, that hurt a bit. That's gonna hurt a lot. Oh, no, it's not. They are absolutely hitting their own guys way more than they're hitting us. Now, I gotta get on the other side of this here bloodletter.
I shall not fail.
So let's zoop through them.
Trust me. As the lieutenant.
Hit him with a killing edge for a ton of damage.
No.
Got some options here, but I think let's just dash back through them. Hit him with... hit him with the other weapon. This is going to use like all my attack. The other option is like I could go somewhere and blade dance. Obviously I don't want to hit Pascal, so I think I'll just go for that. Go for that. Oh, yeah. He's not worth backflipping. Someone else will get a shot off on him. That guy will kill him. Fantastico. You're gonna buff everybody. You're gonna buff everybody. You're gonna buff everybody. Give Abelair to free attack. Medicaid protocol.
I won't waste my time on that.
Let's give Pascal a bonus turn because he actually hasn't gone yet. And then I could just have him shoot him. And then claim the bounty. Almost, but not quite. Melt a gun. Big swing and a miss.
Out of my way.
These guys are all clumping up again, which is great. They're almost all dead at this point.
Am I getting paid for this?
I guess let's give that to Abelard.
I've got a prize.
I took care of this one. It will be done.
And then honestly, it's just kind of like a move over here and open fire.
Watch my back.
This pistol of hers does some pretty good damage, so...
Don't get too close. You're no fun.
At your beck and call.
Big A comes cruising in. Kills a guy. That gets his charge back, so I can go for that bloodthirsty marksman afterwards.
It will be done. Reduced to dust.
So we'll donk him out and then charge this guy, and I think that's the play.
You a target.
Oh, no problem. Ain't no bigs. Hardly worth the time of the rogue trader.
I tread a path.
Let's get the hell out of here. Gilu, hello. So you're having some trouble with your would-be masters? Well, you know, they're just sending some sacrifices onto the ship for me. My good boy Corn, he doesn't care from whence the blood flows, as long as it flows for him. That's the rule. And what do we have going on here? A wrecked void ship. Explorador void station. I don't think we're allowed on that. The priceless discovery left the crew speechless and shaken. The ancient Imperial Ark ship, the Hammer of Redemption, was hidden below the surface, impervious to the Augur's sights. Had the rogue trader not found pieces of an archaeotech compass that resonated with the vessel's defensive systems, it would have remained lying in the bottomless chasm, lost and undeservedly forgotten forever. That's it? That's what the archaeotech compass gets us? No, okay, there's more. The AdMech acolytes studied the ancient data archives and concluded that the vessel crashed about 300 years ago after running into an asteroid stream. Hoping to rescue at least some of the colonists, the captain dispatched 4 lifeboats whose tragic fate you already know. Though time and weather were not kind to the Hammer of Redemption, the crew managed to salvage plenty of valuable items. Grants plus 10 to all skills. The wearer can re-roll any failed skill test once for each test. Okay, well, okay. That's a pretty goddamn good item. I guess I'm putting that on myself. We'll get rid of plus 10 to commerce and lore Imperium, and we'll take plus 10 to everything. Just because, like, sometimes we have to make rolls just by ourselves. What was that? Commerce, lore, Imperium. I mean, you are Imperium stacking. Get rid of that peer holster and you have 196 lore Imperium. Yeah, you know what? Let's just do that because I don't know how much longer you're going to stick around. Kronos, wasn't that the place from the Dawn of War campaigns? Oh, I don't know. Possibly. It wouldn't surprise me if this game is just absolutely chock full of little Easter eggs like that. Folks, heads up, we got an ad about to hit. So I promise I won't do too much of this without you. If you stay put. Get into some void combat. A trickle of disturbing news came from the Navigator's sanctum over the last few days. There's a vast shadow following the void ship through the depths of the Sea of Souls. A mere hours before emerging in real space, the vessel shuddered. An unidentified Leviathan had emerged from the roiling warp, wrapped its tentacles around the ship and started squeezing, trying to crack the hull like an egg. Well, trust in the Navigator. Ship's navigator engaged the warp monster in invisible combat by giving orders from the Sanctum Navis. By following the Astronomicon's guiding light and struggling against the mighty alien's will at the same time, the guide managed to pry the void vessel from the nightmarish creature's grasp and execute an emergency translation to real space with minimal losses and +2 insights. Let's go. Let's go. Nothing better than getting free insights. I didn't arrive in time to help the void ship. I literally got here as fast as I possibly could. Ah. What was I meant to do? Create my own pathway to get here? I mean, I guess that would have gotten me here quickly. Maybe there's like no way to save this ship.
Finally, some real action.
Damn. Last Hatred frigates. Immortality denied destroyers. From the Dark Crusade expansion where they introduced the Necrons and the Tau in Dawn of War. Oh, cool. Okay. I really got to play more Dawn of War. I only played the Orc campaign, which, you know, admittedly is the best campaign. We had the time pass with the event from the new planet. Yeah. Attack craft deal more damage in asteroid fields. That's good to know. Torpedoes immediately detonate. I know I can't hit things very well at this range, but sometimes you get lucky.
Send them into the cold void.
Like that.
Unleash our wrath upon my enemies.
And like that. Now, if I do that, you can't come this way. If I do that, you can't come. It's not in the asteroid field. So let's just toss up those side shields. And I'm going to trigger one of those because I might as well just set it on cooldown. I forgot to fire any strike craft. Gee whiz, Viper. Getting absolutely trashed. Those guys are still super duper far away. You made effective use of every special zone in void battles at least once. Guess that's the first time we've gone through a asteroid field.
Charter course.
I guess let's launch some torpedoes. Torpedoes. Trying to figure out like what my best option is here. Part of me is thinking like, well, if I go this way, I can keep these shields boosted. probably hit premonition. I'm gonna launch some Fury interceptors as well. Definitely boost those because it looks like I go before they do, so I can probably ram those torpedoes directly into that frigate. All right, we'll do the Arc Augury to give us the starboard shot. Nice. We'll shoot that guy in the back with the other lance. We've got those shields protected. I could jump into the asteroid field, but that doesn't really seem like the smartest thing I could do. I think I'm going to take 35% evasion here, and I'm going to warp wave him in the back. Ooh, okay. Oh my god, is this guy gonna park right in front of my plasma torpedoes? He is. Our boosted shield tanks that. And tanks that. No, he's not. Oh, if I didn't actually move forward with those torpedoes. Unbelievable. You must reach an end phase zone. Oh, brilliant. He's weak in the butt. So all we have to do is tap him in the butt.
Send them into the cold void.
Like that.
Proceed accordingly. Another victory for the von Valancian
Easy.
dynasty.
A new message from Master Scalander. This time he's not reporting of another attack, but the alleged location of one of the Xenos leaders. The planet belongs to Caligos Winter Scale. Scalander noted in his message that responding to a distress call is unlikely to be considered an incursion into somebody else's territory. The governor of Grantis will most likely send out a call for aid the moment the raid begins. If your void ship happens to be nearby, no one will question your reasoning. Well, at least we got some scrap boxes. Better than nothing. Granos? Answer the call to help from Grantis. Everything else looking good, at least. Vhaebos begins a new stage of development. Lord Captain, the Astropathic Choir has caught glimpses of horrifying visions coming from Vhaebos VI. Something has breached the colony from underground. Soon after a new sector of deep tunnels had been put into operation, it was overrun by monsters. They lurk in the darkness, swarm in the shadows, attack quietly, and leave nothing in their wake, consuming flesh, plasteel, rockcrete. The churring of 1,000 claws heralds their approach, and desperate cries can be heard in the silence of the tunnels. Praise be to the Golden Throne, these creatures do not seem to be interested in getting to the surface. However, they have seized several active mines and are doing Emperor only knows what to them. What are these, Tyranids? Arm up the convicts and have them fight the invaders. Item negates all energy damage 3 times per combat. Blow up the tunnels and gain Master of the Inferno. All allies gain 10 demo and deal 10% more fire damage. Physaline and Promethean become a raging, all-destroying force in the hands of the rogue trader. What are these creatures? Few who have faced them to survive to tell you the tale, so the information is scarce and hardly reliable. Their accounts, if you will, are a jumble of facts mixed with wild speculation. The frightened workers called these monsters a swarm because they crawl along the tunnel like a wave. They say that the enemies are vast in number and resemble insects. One of the fortunate survivors, mad from the horror, emerged from the mines holding a wrench engraved with strange markings. The pattern was exactly the same the mad convicts had been etching into the walls. Could these be Necron scarabs? I mean, I'm thinking like Ripper swarms or scarabs. Yeah, I feel, yeah, like it's weird that a wrench would have markings on it. This won't work then. Blowing up the tunnels is not a terrible choice, but it won't last for long. What do my advisors think? The threat is unknown. Establish the nature of the threat top priority. Collateral losses are insignificant. Requesting authorization to coordinate an offensive operation to be carried out by penal battalions. We have to block off this threat to protect the people. To do this, we must blow up the tunnels, but to make sure the plan works, it has to be done in areas currently occupied by this unknown enemy. I'm sure a dozen brave souls can be found in the colony willing to accept the grace of martyrdom and carry the explosives into the darkness. Oh, it's just like if I don't want to use my Promethium. I will just blow up the tunnels to prevent more casualties. I like this idea. 10 demolition is good. And we're going to be doing fire damage, I think, pretty soon. Let them rot in the darkness under the weight of the world's soil. Also, if it is a Necron colony, like... Remotely controlled trolleys loaded with explosives sent into the dangerous tunnels. Many lamented that the cave-ins from the explosions would not cover enough ground. The enemy would be able to find their way back to the colony yet again. A series of tremors shook the mines, and the monstrous roars of crumbling earth filled the empty tunnels. Clouds of smoke erupted from the depths of the mines. The blockage of stone and dirt has separated people from the terrible invaders. You're with Pascal on that one? I mean, look, I'm sure they're going to pop their heads back up anyway, so... Plasteel, efficiency, security. Let's give them security here first. Press some psychers into service. And then we'll head down into Winterscale's domain. We got some warp events. Nothing too serious. I like how this is like, oh, this is Winterscale's domain. And I'm like, yes, that's why I have, you know, we're farming xenotech on it. Actually, we're not farming the xenotech, but we are now. Man, like if those are Necrons, it's just like they're gonna find us one way or another. Eventually they're gonna wake up. Your lordship?
Embrace true power.
Athletics. Oh no. That's athletics on the way back, I guess. The body is lying face down, his crooked fingers clinging to the ground. This woman had her spine broken, and she was allowed to crawl in the vain hope of escape. Well, that sounds like Drukhari. Dead noblewoman is staring at the sky with unblinking eyes. Fingers have been thoroughly broken. Tangle of intestines lies atop her slashed abdomen. I think we might have been too late again. The corpse is missing its eyes. Teeth and tongue were also torn out.
Here by a dark invitation. The black dragon stirs in the shadows, drinking blood, waiting.
The black dragon. That was in one of my prophecies.
Idira, pull yourself together. The governor sent out a call for help. No such entreaty can be considered dark.
That man was turned inside out. How do I get up there?
Intriguing.
I guess we'll find a way. The victim's last moments were full of torment.
This ocular implant was a worthwhile investment.
Xenos trap. Right, I guess like Xenos things don't require demolition. They still require like the Xenos abilities. What else you got for me here, gang?
At last. You took your time coming to meet me, monkey.
Our new boyfriend. The Xenos in ornate black armor turns his head to you, the thin, pale face covered in tattoos and blood spatters. After a moment, his thin lips stretch into a crooked, unpleasant smile. A couple of seconds pass before you realize the Elucidator is silenced. The Xenos is addressing you in Low Gothic. I've actually never had Mazrai as a companion. The one time I did get through Act 3, I killed him, like, right away.
Hold your foul tongue, abomination. Such filth will not use that tone with the Emperor's chosen.
Why? I sent an invitation by way of the cattle that dwelt on this world. And the
Zephyr, thank you for the follow, my dude.
So obediently
Oh, come on in.
appeared. How are my words anything but the truth?
Succeed in our coercion? My, this beast can speak our language.
Speaking your language is slightly less trying for my patience than being forced to listen to a monkey machine butchering our tongue. Besides, I want you to understand well what I'm about to tell you.
We're trading one monkey for another.
How is it that out of all of your kind, you're the only one to discover our feasts in advance? Usually you're all so slow and sluggish that my kin always have enough time to leave the battlefield before aid arrives.
True.
But still, time and time again, your dogs have been there to stand in the Cabal's way.
If a Drukhari took a shine to me, Shireen, I'd know to expect nothing good out of it. You are too popular, even with your enemies.
Just passing all the coercion tests automatically. Aggravating, is it not, having someone best you at your own game?
Do not try my patience, monkey.
I command substantial resources.
I suppose you are forthright in that regard. But simple riches do not change the fact of your weak, short-sighted, deficient nature. No, there is another reason why the monkey have so suddenly become so astute. I will tell you this, monkey. I know you might be lying to me, or you might even be unaware of who is guiding your hand. In any case,
I know it's chaos.
Quite tired of your attempts to delay the inevitable. Surely you too have run yourself ragged, chasing us between the stars. Let us put an end to this. Finish this standoff. My forces against yours, once and for all.
Join me, Marazai, and we can rule this galaxy together.
You wander among the stars, so you must know of this place. An ancient reach, where the echo of stellar agony rings still. A place that serves as a graveyard for old stars, still filled with residual emissions and glittering dust. The place that buried your wreck, stuffed full of delicious, frightened monkey, and the horrors that devoured them. The threshold of our domain. Your kind call it the Cinerus Maleficum. That is where our disputes will be settled. The cabal of the Reaving Tempest will be waiting for you, monkey. Do not come unarmed.
How do I not backtalk him when I'm succeeding automatically at all these attempts? Oh, you're finished pontificating. I think I dozed off there for a second. Do you mind repeating that whole thing from the start? The mask of composure vanishes from the Xeno's face, spitting out a florid, vehement tirade. He draws his weapon. Ow. That sounded like it hit.
Your kind has no place in the galaxy.
Is he in this fight? Oh, what are you? Oh. Snake people. I hope that upsetting Mazurai doesn't cause me to not be able to get him as a companion. I genuinely have no idea. Cabela, you can go there. Abelard and Adira. How about here and there? Jay's a tank, so she can get ready to spank. That should do us. Ow. Ow. Game's like, oh, you want to stand all in a burst fire range? Okay. We can arrange for that. Oh, they have an officer. That's kind of fun. They did blow up my cover here, which is a bit worrisome. All right, I gotta kill this guy so that Adira can cast spells.
A dance of blades and shadows.
You call this a strike?
I can't get there? I don't have enough movement.
As honor ordained. Final
Flip. Every time she scores a crit, she gets another flip. 2, 4. Let's just Blade Storm.
My blade killing brings me no pleasure.
That will do. That'll do, Piggy. And then I'm just gonna hang out next to Big Turd. We don't need to rush this.
The shadows will see it done.
Charge up this ability. You're good to go. Let them come to us.
More augmentations.
That was a lot of damage.
I will do my duty.
Gonna try to make sure we taunt all these Blade Masters.
Victory is imminent. It will be done.
What is the range on this? She has an ability 1, 2, 3. She's like 5 away. Yeah, let's just shield bash. Or not.
My resolve is unshaken. Purpose guides me.
Time for the buffs to go out,
One
babies.
step closer. Purpose guides me.
Get some nice break the ranks here with them.
Very idea.
2 attacks on that Incubus. I hope. I guess Adira doesn't get one. Who's next? Jay, and then Pascal, and then Adira. I'm going to let Adira go first so that she can just start getting these buffs down. Vesper is almost dead here as well. Damn, Cabela is always getting this extra turn, and she's not the one I need with it. Yeah, okay, we're gonna run through Abelard.
Brace yourself, Abelard.
Cover everyone in blood here. That's really good for us. Stab him again.
Blade whispers your name.
And then I can just dance back through you, honestly.
As honor ordained.
Or dance through Jay, I suppose.
Definitely need a drink or a medikit.
Advanced tracking, strategic adaptation. We'll do advanced tracking for the extra round of healing there. Excellent. Now, I get to make some other decisions, such as like giving Pascal an extra turn.
Incentive.
Pascal apparently can't see a lot of people.
Request approved.
So I'm going to try to let him focus on the people I guess he can see. Boy, that's like one person apparently. Oh, you have literally one shot. Okay. Good enough to take perfect cover. And we just get to wait.
Am I getting paid for Haydari? Remember the name.
You could blast a little bit. Priority target, bulwark. Equal to the stacks of unyielding beacon, 3. Yeah, I'm going to use that on her just so we can avoid taking a little bit of range damage here.
Tell me, and it is.
I don't know, shoot that guy in the face, I guess. Pascal is up again. If we reduce this guy's cover efficiency, we could just cull him. And that would give you a shot on this guy then, if you moved. Just get rid of my perfect cover, but I think that's okay. Charge, charge. Back. Perfect cover again, and then we'll power this shot. Dead. 235. Pascal, you monster. We are taking toxic damage. I'm not actually worried about it in the slightest. 1, 2, 3, 4. I think they're all in range of mind's eye.
And I'm gonna control it myself. Damn.
Pretty sure.
What was the command again?
Yes, sir.
Right.
They are all blinded. And then honestly, I think let's just get into cover with her. It's gonna be hard for any of them to land shots now, so. All right, officers, blade master, parry, counterattack. Nice, love it. Cabela could run up and dash on him. Honestly, probably, I think her smartest move. Nobody else quite has this kind of range. And then you can move right there. All right, you can Blaze Storm.
Your step is a blessing.
She's back up to 32 movement. Dude, it's insane. She's absolutely bonkers. Blade Masters are out of control. We're going to aim for an opening here. We're going to hit it with a Killing Edge. Massive damage. We're going to backflip over him. Hit the other opening now. That kills him. Which gives you enough movement to come down here.
I bring mercy in retribution.
Where you can Death Whisper this guy. Not a lot of damage, but it opens up a hemorrhage. And then I can Dance Macabre through you for another 8. And then I can just walk right back down here to Biggest Turn. Parry, counter. Parry, counter. Parry, counter. No problem, Abelard.
I will do my duty. At your back and
Another one down.
I'm not interested.
We'll endure. We will bulwark. We will rockcrete.
Someone else can do this. At your beck and call.
And go into defensive stance. Turg. Cabela?
Need no guidance.
Dash.
I
Dash.
shall not fail.
Fly. Get out of here. This fruit fly is immortal. It is a god. Curse it.
As honor ordained.
Your last stroke of
All right, well, Killing Edge did some pretty good damage there.
pay for this in blood.
I mean, I guess you're just there. I really don't use momentum enough. I gotta tell you.
Quiet whispers. It's my toy.
Bird.
And I'm gonna control it myself.
Zap. Blind.
Damn. What was the
Blind again, I guess.
All right.
Okay, now I'm really riled up.
I like how they're all taking damage, but all also healing an incredible amount.
A moving target lives longer. You've got a...
Just open fire. Why not? Why not, he says. Lots of cool abilities here. Which momentum ability do you like using first on this team? Honestly, I just like don't use the momentum abilities. It's one of my biggest weaknesses. Splinter rifles, Drukhari clave. We already have a couple of them. I think we also already have a couple of those. Yeah, we already have 2 Drukhari claves. And the Venom Blade. 4 chain swords. Good grief. Maybe I don't have a Venom Blade. I don't think I have that rifle either. Cabalite armor, witch armor, reinforced cabalite, reinforced incubus. Well, get rid of that. 15% dodge if the wearer's agility is more than 65. This is really good armor. Like, if I could put that on Cabela as well. I don't think I can, but
world will bow.
Looks like the warden died before he could even raise his weapon. I mean, I guess, like, what ability do I like? Probably Adira's, because Adira's allows me to channel warp screams through the Raven. And being able to do mass AoE warp screams is, it's a lot of damage. Let me tell you. Pile of mutilated bodies. Dead warden pinned to the ground with the blade of his own dagger plunged under his chin so that he slowly choked to death. Not delightful. Get dinner since you don't eat curry. Dad gets a pizza from the shop and out of the store brand pizzas. Theirs is the only one that makes you sick, and somehow he always manages to get that one. That's how it works, right? You always get the pizza that makes you sick. I had Domino's last night, and it was just immediately both me and my partner were like, why do we keep doing this? We're dying. The wearer kills an enemy with finish the job. 20% bonus to damage for 1 round and removes the cooldown on orchestrated firestorm and last volley abilities. I don't know what those are. Those must be like grand strategist abilities. Embroidered cloak. When the wearer is affected by an ally's ability, they gain 3% dodge until the end of combat. Stacks! 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 I mean, you have 118 dodge. But you're also affected by like 7 abilities every combat. 3 with Adira. 3 with Adira. Nobility. Voice of command. the resolution skill, the blade skill, she gets 7 of those. And if it stacks, that means repeat commands also work. What am I wearing? Increases the range of all archetype abilities by +1. I mean, do I really need that? It can be useful. Adira's got 10% dodge. Oh, I should just give it to her then. Allies ability. I guess it wouldn't be as good because she doesn't. Actually, that's a good question because it's cast on the bird. Does the bird count as casting it on her then? Last 2 streams, probably it was the Adira one. Make Raven into a router. Yeah. Cyberbean, your favorite. For you, it's the local Chinese restaurant you keep eating at, but it's so good. I think we all have the weakness, right? You know what? I'm just going to save this ability for, what's-his-face, Mazrahai.
Let's see.
Giving him an insane amount of dodge is obviously going to be super valuable. Last pistols, I don't think we need.
Imperium guides
And now, what's all this then? A one-handed bolter pistol. Deadly precision. Single shot attacks with this pistol always score critical hits. And medium armor. All the wearer's attacking abilities cost +1 AP, but gain a 20% critical hit chance. Base armor property, blank % armor. Lore Imperium armor. I don't know. Is this really good for me? The crazy thing with this armor is, for one, why are these both... You're Lore Imperium divided by 10. Are you not Lore Imperium divided by 10? I guess they're both rounding up. All their attacking abilities. So, like, if I was using the brace of pistols, this would cause Jay to have an extra 20% crit chance on her bursts. And then that would give her free attacks with the other pistol. So I feel like you can make... I think you can probably give Jay a build where she just gets unlimited burst attacks. Based on critical hit chance. I think the Breacher armor might still be better for her. I definitely like the drip. Because we've built her more as a tank than a gunslinger. Also, we're not keeping her around for much longer.
Experience? Nothing matters more.
So I don't want to panic too much about it right now. Let's get back to the ship. Tactician or arch militant ability? Yeah. Archent ability that the item would be good for? Okay. Shifty Vickers, thank you for the follow. Welcome to the agency. Pistol single attack, always crit. Will it make infinite? Yeah, you could, if you have the pair of pistols, you could guarantee a critical shot with a single shot and then get a free burst fire with your second weapon. That's definitely doable. Where did this monkey Elentark want me to go? The Cinerus Maleficium. I'm still looking for more traces of the Gene Stealer cult as well. I don't know where that's happening in Chapter 2. Also this, how do I establish a new colony? Jay Hadari wants a party. A captain who calls himself the Master Inspector is in the market for humans. This peculiar character has shown up on footfall to buy serfs, criminals, and an unfortunate detained for vagrancy. Where he takes them is unknown, but it's a lot of money. I'll sell you some interns. Sure, why not? I'm just, sorry, I was just like, wow, cool. Look at all this stuff down here. Wow. Code. Not hard to tell I have ADHD. I have to talk to Danthok for establishing the colony. Let's go talk to him right goddamn now. I'll get distracted so fast, you wait and see. It doesn't really look like it. We've bought everything from the Cyber Beast merchant. I do have a handful of this stuff to get rid of, so we might as well... Whoa, we have an insane amount of trophies. I did not realize we had collected so much since the last time we've been here. This is like double our reputation. 3 levels. Okay. Short range macro cannons. Starhawk bombers. With plasma bombs. Melta torpedoes. Archaeotech macro batteries. 4 shots at 27 damage each. Yeah. It's a little bit better than my plasma batteries, technically. There's another plasma battery. More Melta torpedo tubes. Flak ammo arsenal upgrade. 22 damage in an area. An Ultimo array. This gives me an extra 20%, an extra 10% crit chance, but doesn't give the buff to all my homies. And I kind of like the buff for my homies because I think my attack fighters use lances. And short range macro cannons with 2 autonomous aiming modules firing 2 shots at 21. Not as much as I would have hoped for there. Casabellica, we need to get some stuff for. These guys like ranged weapons, Mechanicus creations, heretic trophies, uniform kits. I guess we'll give him provisions, jewelry, xeno artifacts. This seems like it's not in order. There we go. Xeno. Range. Uniforms out the wazoo. Maybe jewelry? Yeah, let's give him jewelry as well. Nice. That got us to 9. I think that's also enough that we can start completing some quests, some builds. Single round attacks inflict stunned on the target. So you could have single round attacks that never miss and inflict stunned. There's a navigator staff, a storm bolter, and a necklace which gives you 12 coercion. Coercion based on ballistic skill. Interesting. Who else? We need the explorators up a little bit here too. These guys take ship components. How much did I need them up by? Not a ton. Let's go 2,000. There we go. The Casabellican auction we can do. 3 profit factor and a bonus with Casabellica. Or 2 profit factor and 3 weapons. I got 6 weapons right now. And a zealot. Ancient and fearsome weapons captured on the ship of the arch enemy's devotees. Uh-oh, I do love arch enemy weapons. Medium range broadside macro cannons which fire 3 shots at 24. No, all the weapons we have are better than that already. So I'm going to take... Convicts will be secretly resold to pirates. Or Casabellican mission is ready to run a secret auction on Darkonis with illegal lots. People, xenotech. We have loads of xenotech. We don't have a lot of people. I'm going to run a Casabellican auction. guys need 13,450, so 13,500 basically. So we should be able to get that. We have enough with Castabellica that we can do the Rose of Samarkand, which we basically make drugs out of our serf's blood. And we get free grenades for it. And between the two of those, that should give us enough reputation to pick up Dark Sages, which allows us to get Xeno defense. Or Forest Fortress. We might go Forest Fortress. Vhaebos has warp guides. Let's pick up Dreamless. Prisoners can no longer sleep. Maybe finally enough to scan that magnetic storm. We can take a poke. If someone wants to look up how we established the colony, because I vaguely remember this event, but I don't know how to trigger it. And sorry, I needed a little bit more with those Opticons. 13,450 is what I needed here. So let's give them holy gifts. I don't need that much, but I need a bit. I need slightly more than I have, like ever so slightly more than I have. There's a way for me to do this, though. We got a lot of crap. Like, I don't need 4 Aldari chainswords. Amber, Elite, and Officers. Let's get rid of that guy. Poisoned Drukhari Blade. The Power Sword. This is just a basic Power Sword. This is a Ghost Power Sword. This pick is not very good. This does 8 to 9 damage. Like, I'm never going to use something at this point that does 8 to 9 damage. The Tox Knife 12-19. That's 15-17. The Bloody Pact. I don't really like this weapon. We can get rid of that. The Life Draining Sword I'm keeping. Venom Blade. Bile Dagger. Okay, so here we go. It's like Primitive Sword, Primitive Dagger. 15. 15-17 toxic. 15-20 toxic. Force Sword, Will to Live. Let's get rid of basic Force Sword. This is... I don't know what this Force Sword is for. I have 2 of those Drukhari Claves. I definitely don't need 2 of them. Let's get rid of 1. The Hammer of Epiphany we'll keep. The Bloodseeker Clave is a Drukhari Power Clave. 15 to 20. 17 to 25. 16 to 24. With an increased area of attack on its area attack. It doesn't look like it, but... 35 armor pen, 35 armor pen. I mean, let's just keep the Bloodseeker. Get rid of this other one. Ebonite Sword, Ratobi Pattern. We can get rid of that guy. Cassia, I just got you a new staff. So, get rid of the old one. Biomancer Staff, Pyromancer Staff, Telepath Staff, Charge Staff, Diviner's Staff. Get rid of that and get rid of that, because Adira has better versions of both of those. This is infusing 9. Is this an even better staff for you? Yes. So we'll get rid of that. This is what we need to figure out for loot. $15 to 25, 17 to 20. I don't think I'm going to use either of these. Add to cargo, add to cargo. Add to cargo. We have a better rock saw. I have Unique bolt pistols. I have so many pistols. My god. Hotshot las pistols, Inferno pistols, Ratobi pattern plasmas. Stub revolvers, Deadshot stub revolvers. Mesua pattern Ottern gun. The Promise of Freedom and the Promise of Retribution I kind of want to keep. The Orthlac Mark IV I'll keep. The Foe Hammer, yeah. We have a Precise Bolter, an Imperial Pride, which is a unique bolter. We have an Astartes a Heretic Bolter, a Ratobi pattern bolter. Well, I have so many bolters. Get rid of the Ratobi pattern. 10 to 14. Get rid of that. Needle rifle, Hex rifle. I have a better version of that needle rifle. I have 3 catapult pistols. What am I doing holding on to all this junk, man? Alpha arc rifles, Mesua pattern arc rifles. Get rid of the Mesua pattern. A very fancy flamer, a flamer that's a sword, a flamer that's not a flamer, and a flamer that doesn't burn. Sweet Jesus, help me. There's so many named weapons. Okay, get rid of those. This shotgun does 12 to 22. This does 24 to 31. Get rid of the Adeptus Arbites shotgun. I have a stolen add-all cannon and a calibrated heavy stuber. One requires 50 strength, 55. One requires 60. Cruel Fate is a solid projectile, 25, 30. This is a hunting rifle that's... We can get rid of that. Sweet Jesus. It's all ranger armor we can get rid of. I don't know that I need 2 of those. I feel like the fencing body gloves, all these like body gloves and sin skins are early gear stuff that we just have better versions of, like all of these armors. These are all sort of from like the first act. I'm never going to equip the Fire Blessed Carapace because everybody looks really ugly in it, so let's just get rid of that. Some of this medium stuff we'll keep. I don't know what that's for. Let's get rid of those. Okay, all of these are better than heavy leather armor. Let's get rid of that. All of this stuff is really I don't want to get rid of. I don't know what we need in here. Let's get rid of all these like gas cloud grenades. 10 to 21. Aldari plasma grenades. We'll get rid of those. Get rid of those like stun grenades. I'm never going to like use one of those when the other option is just do a ton of damage. This one makes you bleed, so I'm probably not going to ever use that. And we got to equip the stuff in the void ship. Kinetic macro cannons. All right, we're going to go in newest to oldest here. Bomber deck. Fury deck. What if I got rid of all my torps and we just took only 1 wing of Starhawk bombers can be active at a time. Only 2 wings of Fury interceptors. Like, I'd have to get rid of my 20% power shields. That's the problem is I don't know what's better, bombers or interceptors. So let's try out the interceptors. Or let's try out the bombers, I mean. I think I'm just going to keep my Auspex multiband. So we'll get rid of that. Pattern macro battery. 4 shots at 21. We can get rid of that. 3 shots at 33. We have 1 of those equipped. 3 shots at 21. We can get rid of that. We can get rid of both of those. We can get rid of that guy. We can get rid of that guy. We can get rid of that guy. Flak, improved flak. We can get rid of the old flak. I'm okay with our engine. I like having our generic shields. Right now we're using, what are we using? Plasma torpedoes. 5 plasma torpedoes with 19 damage. This is 5 meltas at 27. Or 4 meltas at 27. Well, that is a pretty straightforward upgrade. We have an Archaeotech macro battery. 4 shots at 27 is better than 3 at 33. Except I'm switching out long range for short range, but I think I'm going to do it. Hold on to those melted torpedoes. I'm going to get rid of that armor. Keep those fighters. Get rid of that armor. We'll probably get rid of those plasma torps. Firing range of lance weapons is reduced by 5, but their damage is increased by 30%. Damn. I could just put like 3 lance weapons on my ship. That would be a very different play. That'd be a very, very different play for my ship. I don't know, man. I like the fighters. I'm having a lot of fun with them. All right. Now do we have enough to sell to you guys? Ship components, range weapons, armors, Mechanicus creations, Mechanicus creations. I need to get this to 13 and change. 13,450 was it? That is exactly enough to get me to level 9 here as well. For a precise last gun, some large med kits, a combat manipulator. Whenever the wearer uses a non-attacking consumable item, it counts as an attack of the different type for versatility. Really good on an arch militant, especially an arch militant who has the grenadier ability. Deals mental damage with armor pen to mechanical creatures. Yeah, we'll grab those haywires. But the whole reason I did that was so we could go to Kiava Gamma and pick up this ability. +1 profit factor, bonus with explorators, and another +2 efficiency to Kiava Gamma. Gotta boost that to 7. Now we have no security. On Kiava Gamma. But, you know, it's not like the place is completely full of heretics or anything else. You know? Could be worse. There could be worse things. In the middle of the warp jumper, sensors detected an approaching void ship similar to ours in size, but a greater tonnage. It approaches us at high speed. Let's blow it to pieces. The shell hit its target. The unidentified ship held its course for a moment longer and then vanished, leaving only flashes of light in its wake. A single projectile is not enough to destroy a ship of that size. What more, our ship collided with no debris. Dum, bum, ba. Yeah, so this planet is colonizable. It says not colonized. But I don't seem to have the option to actually colonize it. I'm assuming it's just going to come up later. Or I screwed something up and somehow missed it, but... We do have this magnetic storm here, too. We just gained a ton of profit factor. We had an event that we just, like, we couldn't do this last time we came here. I don't know if it's like an Act 4 thing. I mean, maybe colonizing the planet is also an Act 4 thing. Casabalican auction on Dargonus completes. So we're done. Everything for Dargonus. Kiava Gamma gets the mode of life is force. The mode of force is life. Everything is done there. Janus gets the Rose of Samarkand. And we have enough to pick up either Dark Sages or Capella Biologus. Church and Medkits is pretty nice. +1 profit factor. All allies deal 5% more damage to Xenos. Seeker of the Weak. Enemies suffer from burning, toxing, or bleeding. Suffer a 30% penalty to dodge. +4 security. Scorchers with +4 security. Or +4 securities and Carkella's Honor. Right, yeah, I wanted that for Amelard. Ready to run experiments on the serfs that will turn them into obedient, battle-ready genetic deviants. When you say it like that. What does Staggered do? That's pretty rough. Gain 1 AP and immediately reset cooldowns on all attack and attack abilities. It's pretty good. I don't know the people for that. Let's just pick up Dark Sages. Casabalica mission has connections among the Malatex and can secretly assemble an entire coven of unholy sages on Janus that may intrepidly study the mysterious xeno artifacts. Vhaebos gets Dreamless. Fellowship of the Void is what I need for Lair in the Void. Iron grenades. 2 profit factors, 2 weapons. 6 plasteel. I have 78 plasteel right now. I like the idea of getting mobile extractums, but I basically have everything extracted that we value. A secret pirate den clearly seems to be the way that we would go, so we'll work on the old Fellowship of the Void next. And now, where the heck did this guy want us to go? Where did he want us to go? Cineris Maleficium Nebula. Probable location: Lapis Mortis, Lance Chance of Cyrene, and Libatorium Maladosis. Oh, he's up here. Okay. Couple of jumps. Little bit of jumping around. At least everything is smooth. And we'll head up in here. But I guess let's head up in there in the next video. Until then.